Brodes Media.
Today, there was a lot of drama about the AP and their list of players and their finalists for a lot of individual awards. Now, I have to be honest with you. Personally, I don't care as much as other people. I understand the frustration. I know why it's annoying. I see that the message sent from the Associated Press, it doesn't make much sense. And there's plenty of Eagles, Haason Reddick, Brandon Graham, Nick Sirianni, who definitely deserve more recognition. I do feel that that locker room is going to use that as motivation. And if they do, that's great. They're already highly motivated players. If you add and sprinkle on more, then so be it. All I can speak from, though, is my personal feeling towards it. And my personal feeling towards it is, it's something I use very similarly to when I watched Joel Embiid, ironically enough, just to kind of tie the two together, I guess. I know that Joel Embiid is going to get snubbed from the MVP. With that said, I won't allow that to take away from my experience watching him dominate every night. If he gives you 40, if he gives you 50, if he gives you 46, if he gives you 37 and 14, whatever the night is, I'm aware that the individual accolades might not be there by the end of the season. With that said, I still get one of the most exciting players on a night-to-night basis throughout the NBA season. I'm going to focus on that. I feel the same way with Nick Sirianni right now. He got snubbed from not being a finalist when you look at Kyle Shanahan being a finalist. I think the biggest issue, though, with the AP Coach of the Year award, it's not really the Coach of the Year. What it is who fell in that above average range award? Who was a team that stunk last year and then lost in the first round of the playoffs this year award? That's kind of what it is. If Kyle Shanahan was removed, so they take three finalists. It's Brian Dable, it's Doug Peterson, and it's Kyle Shanahan. If you removed Kyle Shanahan and Dan Campbell was in there, or if you remove Dan Campbell and you put in Mike Tomlin. Now, Mike Tomlin's pedigree, the longness of his career speaks for itself. But in regards to this season, it was a masterful job. But then you kind of understand the message that's being sent. Guys who did a little bit more with little. If you have great talent, most of the time, now Kyle Shanahan's in this group, which makes the messaging mixed, and that's the problem. But really, with Brian Dable, it's who can do a good job with lesser talent than the good teams. That should be the name of the award. Because Andy Reid can win Coach of the Year majority of the seasons that he coaches. Nick Sirianni, with the record that he had, specifically with his starting quarterback, they only lost one football game. That should be enough. And you would think, even if you're just a finalist and you don't win, having the record he had for Kyle Shanahan to be in there, stop it. I don't want to hear the quarterback thing. It's crazy. It's absurd. I get it. It's annoying. I won't personally lose sleep over it. It just seems like that's where we are right now, though. It's the disrespect week. Yesterday, it was Chris Sims, and there was some more coverage up in New York that was ripping apart this city and this team. And today, we're getting all sorts of nonsense. For example, Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons, Bosa, and Chris Jones. Haason Reddick has 16 sacks this year. Whether Bosa wins or not, whether Bosa deserves to win or not, the fact that Haason Reddick, if this doesn't give you a chance to win it, if this type of dominant season doesn't at least have you in the conversation of the final three, I don't know what else you can do. And I can say the same exact thing for Brandon Graham. The players that were selected, Geno Smith for Comeback Player of the Year, he stunk. He was ass throughout his career. He didn't come back from anything. He was bad. And then he got the job when they made the trade, And then he played well. That's not tearing your Achilles and then having double-digit sacks, having one of the best seasons of your career this deep into your tenure. Right? Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. How about Brian Robinson being in the conversation? The guy got shot. It blows my mind that this is where we're at. Once again, won't be the difference in taking away my excitement level for Sunday. I don't care. I just want to get to the Super Bowl. It's just hysterical that once again we're doing this. Now, I wonder, is it possible? I think this would be dumb, but I have to at least throw it out there. Is it possible that because Nick Sirianni doesn't call his own plays, they lost points. He lost points. Shane Steichen gained points because he's not calling the offensive plays. While Kyle Shanahan is the magical genius of creating scheme. Doug Peterson took a Jags team that was at the bottom and then had themselves playing some postseason ball. But you know about his offense. Man, did it get stale here at the end. Holy hell, did it get stale. And Brian Dable, listen to this. The Eagles went 3-0 against Brian Dable. The coach that beat Brian Dable all 3 times is going to be the one that doesn't even get his name recognized. It's just ridiculous. It really is. Haason Reddick. I can't remember a season like this. I really can't. He's literally everywhere. Now, Bosa's numbers are crazy. I believe he has 18 or 18 and a half sacks, something like that. But they talk about Micah Parsons like Haason Reddick isn't having a better season. He is. It's just what it is. He is. But every time Dallas plays, you can't get another word in because it's Micah Parsons. It's Parsons. Oh, look what they're doing with Parsons. Oh, Parsons. Yeah, I remember Nick Sirianni coming up with a game plan against Micah Parsons where he said, let's attack him all night long. Let's look in his direction and react to the moves he's going to make. Let's read and react. Let's pick on his ass. And that's what they did. And it was a chef's kiss game plan. But no. The coach, listen to how funny this is. The coach that abused one of your defensive player of the year finalist isn't even being talked about.